So 5 years ago, 18, freshman fall at Stanford, I didn't know a single person. I was an international student coming from Canada, which isn't that different, but still different. Didn't know a single person and was very scared by that because I would consider myself somewhat of an introvert more than an extrovert. And although I like talking to people and getting to know people, I think that was very difficult for me when I was 18. Like coming in, I think I just wanted to focus on volleyball and school and making those my priorities from the get-go and trying to achieve success in those, sort of maybe at the trade-off effect of like not having as many friends or not getting all those social experiences. And I guess throughout my freshman year, as I started to meet people and get like a solid core group of friends, I realized that Stanford had so much more to offer than just obviously its elite academics and athletics. That there were all these incredibly, kind and considerate and beautiful and wonderful people here that had so much to offer. And so I think midway through my freshman year, I kind of like leaned into that and started to understand like, wow, like this place isn't just like the prestige of its athletics, academics, and the name of Stanford, but really it's the people who make up this institution is what make it so great. Yeah, it's just so funny.
It's funny to be in these hallways again.
Yeah, and then this was my room.
E114.
Some advice I'd give my freshman year self back in 2018 was just that you can't predict the future. You have no idea what's going to happen next. Because I'm a really big planner. That's like the one thing I do very well is plan and organize and think about the future way too much. But with all the crazy stuff that has happened with like COVID, team getting cut, and just, even just like thinking about all the relationships I've had with friends and other people, I just realized like you can't predict the future. And I think my freshman year self would have definitely benefited from that, knowing that sometimes you just got to be in the present and enjoy what's in front of you.
So this is Ford Center, where we practice basically every day. This has been my home now for 5 years, five very long but also very short years. This is a place where, we have basically put our blood, sweat, and tears into on this very floor. COVID struck in, March of 2020, and we all got sent home. And it was definitely a very difficult time for me, at first at least, because I think I was not in the greatest of places, just because I was still having to finish out school, as well as not being able to play volleyball, and I didn't really know where my life was going. And at this time, I was also still closeted. In lieu of that, our team decided, because of COVID, to create this like email chain where we would just send like updates with each other, like maybe once or twice a week, and people would just hear about what's going on and how everyone's doing during the COVID pandemic, just because everyone was isolated at home. And so for my first thread on that email chain, I just told everyone and came out as gay. And I initially had come out to a few friends before, but never really to this number of people or to the people that I would possibly consider who I was closest with, just because you spend every day with this team. And I think that was definitely tough for me to do as a step, especially being a gay man in a team sport that is so interconnected like volleyball, where those bonds and that trust is sort of required among teammates. But I think there comes a point where when something is just so uncomfortable, the only less uncomfortable option is to change. And I think that's what sort of going through that process sort of allowed me to come out and to really confide in my team. And immediately after doing that, I just receive multiple supportive messages individually from people from the class above me, the class below me, just all my teammates saying, it doesn't matter, like, we love you, we're supportive of you, like, thank you so much for telling us, like, it was it was really just heartwarming to experience, especially because I was so anxious in that moment. Our team, that core group of I think 12 people, have really carried on sort of the chip on our shoulder about the fact that we were cut not too long ago, and that every game we play and every season we play, we will be playing as if it's our last, because we know exactly what that feels like. And so, since then we have just grown so much closer as a team, and I know we definitely play like it, with just a different determination and tenacity. And since then, I have really only grown closer to my teammates, and I feel like we have created a culture not just within our team but with the alumni as well in Stanford men's volleyball that is just so unique to our program, and I just feel very grateful to be a part of it. We have even more determination and more drive to be able to compete with the best. And even better, we get to host conference championships this year because we got the bid. And I think we are so focused on winning that tournament and making it to the NCAA, Final Six, to be able to compete for a national championship, because all of us want it so badly. And I think, as a team, we have the culture to support it and the group of guys to support it. We really just want to get out there and compete for that national championship at the end of the year.